Program Learning Outcome Number 1. Design and develop technology-enhanced educational or training materials and content to maximize motivation, engagement, efficacy, and efficiency with respect to learning. The artifacts I chose to represent this aspect of my MET journey are the interactive course I designed for EdTech 511, the web quest I designed for EdTech 502, and the worked example I designed for EdTech 513. My interactive course is called CAM's Cafe, and it's designed for students in grades 7 to 10 who are learning or need review with concepts related to rate and ratio and operations with fractions, decimals, and percentages. In this activity, the student acts as the manager of the cafe. The student navigates through different spaces in the cafe and completes tasks related to each area, like working a shift in the coffee bar. I designed this course using Google Sites in combination with H5P for interactivity. When I was developing this course, I wanted to ensure that it reflected a situation where these math concepts would come up in real life to encourage the learner to invest in using these skills. I think it's beneficial for learners to understand how they can use the skills they're learning outside of the classroom. My students often ask me how they will use a skill in real life, so when an activity has the real-life context already built in, then they know the answer and are more motivated and engaged. I built my web quest using HTML and CSS code in Adobe Dreamweaver. It follows the web quest format developed by Tom March and Bernie Dodge that encourages critical thinking through the use of technology to understand complex concepts. This web quest uses mythology to help build students' understanding of shared characteristics across different cultural groups. The web quest helps build student independence by providing them with limited scaffolding, but all the tools they need to complete the tasks and check their product. I think the web quest format is easily customizable to any topic and is very flexible for learning. It can be done individually or in groups, in person, or during distance learning. I would encourage my colleagues to adopt this format for projects or shorter units to make the learning more student-directed and interactive. My worked example was inspired by a challenge I ran into during the school year, where my students were having trouble understanding how to find a line of best fit. I used the virtual whiteboard software Explain Everything to record myself working through an example so that my students were able to access it outside of class while they were completing homework or studying. Using Explain Everything was very user-friendly and something that I would absolutely share with my colleagues. Giving students a resource they can pause and replay as many times as needed is a great way to build independence. Teachers can also turn these videos into comprehension checks using software like Edpuzzle to add in question checkpoints. My biggest takeaway from the MET program regarding design and development is to always keep in mind the purpose of technology in any activity. It's important to be intentional about how technology can support your design and your learners, instead of designing to use the technology.